Hi there. Welcome to the Networking Made Simple podcast. I'm your host, Stefan Burchard, the Bowtie coach. Networking Made Simple is an exploration of networking and social business connections for entrepreneurs, but especially for introverted entrepreneurs like me. It has taken me 24 years to get to the place where I'm comfortable to be on camera, a microphone, or in front of people. My journey is far from over. I have the same challenges I have always had as an introvert. I have just learned how to leverage those introverted traits into positive tools for building business relationships. This podcast is an exploration and sharing of those 24 years of experience, mistakes, and learnings. I will alternate between sharing from my own experiences and interviewing other entrepreneurs to learn from their journey. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hey there, it's me, Stefan Burchard, the Bowtie coach, with your latest episode of Networking Made Simple podcast. The podcast where we demystify the art of networking, especially for introverted entrepreneurs. So today I want to talk about the importance of self-development, learning, education, whatever the heck you want to call it. The bottom line is if you're not growing, you're not going to thrive. So I have been a lifelong learner. Most of my life has been spent in schools, educating myself through reading books, participating in trainings, courses. I think I've been in college 4 or 5 different times or different colleges. I have an undergraduate degree in business, a graduate degree in business. I've got neurolinguistic programming credentials. I'm a coach, an NLP coach. I also have umpteen trainings with Landmark Education, specifically their communication program, as well as associate's degree in drug and alcohol counseling, which comes into play a lot as a communicator and as a coach. Being able to counsel people, the most important thing is listening. Being able to listen is really, really important. So all of these things have gone on years after years after years. I'm 30 years old, and I have really done a lot of training, as you can tell. I'm not saying that to pat myself on the back. I'm saying that because I realized back in my 20s that when I was growing and evolving, I felt better. Life went better. Circumstances were easier. It was easier to communicate. It was easier to listen. It was easier to have fun. So those foundational experiences really made an impression on me. So I realized how wonderful it made me feel to grow. So kind of got addicted to it like a drug, but it's a positive addiction, being addicted to growth. As long as you're still doing the work and doing what you need to do day to day to do your life. If you'd like more inspirational content, then please subscribe to this podcast and pass this on to a friend or family member who may be looking for a limitless future. Thanks. So why is this important? Why? Well, if I think back to when I was first in real estate in the early 2000s, I had received my broker's license and was just flying by the seat of my pants, just surviving and doing business as it came along. I wasn't growing. I wasn't expanding. I had finished quite a few trainings at that time, and I was just like, I'm done. I don't want to do any more training. I was done with education at that time. Well, fast forward a little bit, and I was starting to get disenfranchised. I was starting to get disillusioned. I was starting to get bored. I was starting to get fearful. Life just was not going so great. And it took a while for it to click in my head. Actually, it took taking a break and a geographical move for me to get that, dude, you stopped growing. Of course, things got boring for you. Of course, things just kind of didn't go as well as you wanted them to go. So after a lot of counseling, I'll call it, and some more education, I started getting back into this growth mindset and educating myself. The desert's been very good to me, but from the day I hit the ground here, I was growing, I was learning, I was educating myself. And when I get back into real estate, same thing. I just knew all along I had to grow, I had to educate, I had to keep myself on the cutting edge. So remembering back when I was in my 20s that I felt much better when I was growing. So I just remembered that and started to embrace that. And that's kind of where I still am today. So as a coach, I advocate people to grow, take development classes, take seminars, listen to podcasts, listen to audiobooks, whatever it takes for you to learn, grow, and evolve, do it. Most important thing is be inspired by the content you are consuming and wanting to learn. Don't just do it to do it. Do it because you're inspired. For instance, If there's a designation that you want in your particular profession, only go after that designation if it's something that really moves you, that you want to do. Don't just do it because everybody else is doing it. Do it because it's meaningful to you and you feel this would be important for me as a professional. That's what I do. So there's lots of credentials I could get as a realtor, and I don't bother with them because I don't see how they can add to me as a professional. Now, things have changed a little, and yes, there's a designation that I want to get, so I will do that. However, I'm doing it from the point of view of it's educating me, making me a better professional, but more importantly, my clients are going to feel that. They're going to experience that firsthand. So that's a long story short about education and growth. If you're not growing, you're stagnating. And if you want to thrive, you got to learn, you got to grow. So coaching is right along that vein. I have had coaches in my life for a very long time, and I can't imagine not having a coach or a mentor. A mentor is like a coach, but they don't have necessarily a weekly call with you. They tell you what to do and you go do it, but they don't necessarily process what's going on back here in your unconscious mind or in your neurology to help you get out of limiting beliefs and limiting habits that stop you from being a success. That's it for today. Thanks for listening. To learn more about Networking Made Simple, make sure to subscribe and leave us a review. Hey, you may even enjoy my YouTube channel at Bowtie Coach. Thanks for listening, and I hope you'll join me on the next episode. Bye.